is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
You kroni ya kroni nesi won ya wa nye banchi gusu ye body ne nkwasi asam na mudie no. We need to tell you people of why you lost, because Baumiansa edidi didim ewo boku crisis ni mu eka ho bie na Ghana for be sorry agitwi agitrada eno na mfa ho se NPP you have your 6 million core, NDC you have your 6 million mitonyame ebe shoke mo. It's a massive growing protest gradually growing around the world in support of Ibrahim Traore's leadership in Burkina Faso.
Boadu TV so no. Na first time as for no message one subscribe na mon like video no na fi. Ye nyina ye je comment to me wi na share. Kwaku Annan na 18 kakra no. Ibrahim Traore, Burkina Faso president, military president, wo boadwuma papa. Jai, sisi wiasa fa na nyina obia ye protest de manu. Obia se won tena ma US ne France ne hwan enku abrante no. Na mo support na pa. Adwuma wo bone factories a wo si wo Burkina Faso. Kohwe development e koso wo na etegana ha ye de democracy sa na mpanyimfo no mu diska na we abedi no kono we abedi sa agimiesa. Na yesi ya ye Afro barometer bio. Na Ghana fododo na pre military rule. Pre se ku baba. Kenye de kenye kwase ba de nema 1 or 2 be ba yes anu odin but kenye ba ye hwe senior scholars nsu ye dia na say nkasa na nkebeyo wadwen kire no jawo comment section mu na yanko enim Kwaku Annan na afa yi wa fire da fasa no mari nyina ho NPP NDC endran so demonstration e course minority for na ya bu police for bomb asum ni sanko ne ban nyina wa fire mo basa.
And then the people of Burkina Faso, they are very much okay than maybe a constitutional administration handle them. Today, the people of Burkina Faso are cladding in what? Glory. When the guy took over the reins of administration, the Western government quickly wanted to what? Send their so-called aid. Their aid through the IMF, and he watched them right on their face and told them, man, I don't need your aid, I don't need your IMF and World Bank and those goddamn stuff. Come on, clear off. And he shut the Western powers, when we aid, off. Yenzwe. This is how Africa has behaved. And all times, Africa leadership will open their door, allow the Western powers to what? To establish their corporate puppet government. Is it not? You always allow the Western powers to establish their corporate puppet government, and as soon as they are done, then the next is what? They chunk on our resources, and then they loot. A daylight looting of our resources. No, they call. Mundia. Now, US government, the government, one of those offenses, the US saying bilateral cooperation. Normal a government of wine, Ghana, $20 million. A whole field. Bring all your military hardwares. Bring your military hardwares, your aircraft, your whatever. Nobody need be go. When we are near Siam Momudian, Yamomo, a whole spectrum. A spectrum on which including eavesdropping on our telecommunication systems and everything. They control our airspace and they can shut our airspace down at any time. And the governments in Africa, how stupid can you be? In the name of OAU, in the name of ECOWAS, that is why Ibrahim Traore has decided to, exit those your whatever OAUs nisamo dieben because when we say African leadership, they are lunatics and they are suffering from what you call schizophrenic. Schizophrenic is a disease in which the individual becomes withdrawer and often hear voices and hallucination. That is how African leadership motie. And then when we say attacks, so African leaders motie, but the guy survived. He survived. Ibrahim Traore survived that military coup. And to Montreal, Afro Barometer no report by CDD say Ghana ha any pebi ejitum say military leader na di yeswa they are okay. Why? Because we are all tired. I quickly sitting here. I'm tired of the NDC and NPP. I'm tired. The question I make a trouble. We sent here and ne Ojina who leading the people of Burkina Faso for. I've been to Burkina severally, overly. Simahu. She say yetimi betu on many resources nibi. Na yede kwa koma a power, electricity, energy o. On many resources no. Na ya term resources no. Say as if say Burkina Faso for the woman sabi. Na just say near pa na ha Africa leadership. Show maybe to say Niger. Enyoma ye wo ewo Niger kronum. Enyoma ye wo ewo Burkina. Many resources be brew. To see ye ka say wo Ghana he. She say o mind to say Niger no. The people of France minor ebe two. You can say resources no say a friend simple. Oh uranium. When we be to the whole world. A crowd want to generate over 50% of what uranium no. Niger for. Now can you imagine say one more ebe two uranium no near the uranium no echo him from France. Now France for no generate electricity. Then France will supply energy production way to many neighboring countries within the European region. Then the people of Niger at the Sumu, how can this be? African leaders, Bonne Bay and the how then the leadership, the Western world, ever be influencing leadership in Africa? Na ye two and your mano Ghana as if say who be that. Show, my memo Ghana dear. Yet your memo how in the era of Kutu Echampon. Kutu Echampon shadi bidin us know. Wait a minute. Yet not foreign companies ever they come. They fall our timber, our rosewoods, our cocoa, our diamond, our bauxite. No, they call. Not Ghana receive a small percentage. Kutu Echampo did not know. I must bring an end. I mean, this era way must face off. So Kutu Echampo then he went into the archives. At that time, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah has developed a blueprint by one of Nkrumah's ally called Kwaku Boateng. Kutu Echampo took that blueprint. He read it, he actioned it, and he decreed. And following that decree, made all foreign companies in this country, womu try timber, womu try rosewoods, and womu dig soya no. Say, some dig soya no. The mineral deposit in the Ghana must get a greater percentage. And Kutu Echampo succeeded. He succeeded to grip these foreign powers their hands oh Emma Ghana who tom because under the Fourth Republic right from Kufuor basin now omukra no mudi mirika foreign companies momefa yet former President Kufuor laid red carpet for Newmont to land in this country. My castle several times. Newmont a castle on red carpet. You know, yet a whole of where a brim ahafo brim any himfa yet the momo against the backdrop say Newmont for trap Ghana our enviable food staples. Ghana our enviable one of our export earnings like cocoa. Brim ahafo ye dwiri ho nsase na egu ni na echi Kufuor esan yeden exempted taxes ewo Newmont for omunfidie so. Yeah, this is what you are doing to your country. So when you allow these useless mushroom foreign powers to enter your country just I don't get it, at the expense of your nationals, at the pain side of your people, and you don't even think. The people in Brim, Ahafo, enemy are there, are still crying over livelihood. Hey boy, Newmont for one say every day. No more helicopter and them Ghana airspace and one also more shipping gold they say just like that. Nani yankotia na kufa don so baya. Omse dey oh Ghana. Yemfa ko fen say ye gold kakra no so yemfa nko London. Yemfa nko si ehimfa. Eye den Jesse Deben na Ghana nyamfa so kakra ewo hu ko gold na mo dey call London the Jesse ho edi ekosia wo ma Ghana nya ho mfa so no so hwe akufo do amemu no ye o madwene se the percentage na beba Ghana me ye dia ye o mani ye no the NPP top officials led by Akufo want to take the greater percentage and give the government of Ghana 1%. Later enkosie womoto eda ho no then the gold na dey kono any special purpose vehicle metamorphosed into what you call a japa whatever. First it came with a different name, later metamorphosed into what? A japa royalties. Gold na mode kwekosia wo wano hwe aban ni mu mpanimfo no I think saying no more for say 4% to say 5%, no more the 1% at the amount the government of Ghana. Mpanimfo na wa aban ni mu chedi. This is how wicked and cruel the leadership in Africa you want to be. Oh, this young guy, 35-year-old boy, 35-year-old guy. Oh, what, Charlie? I mean what will happen that the people of Burkina Faso for because we don't like this guy. What for kwatre? Share program away from Libya. Thank you. And then what's your name? Kwaku Ejaben also share program from Toronto. Kwaku, power to the people. In a related event, he gives a powerful speech at the second Russian African summit and justify why he is the leader of Burkina Faso today. Afenyo nso Ibrahim Traore Kwaku Russian African Summit asie ohono kwachire mu sentia SSO to lead the people of Burkina for because there is something, and he told the Russian African Summit the reasons for it.
We must pay tribute to our peoples, to our
great. This is when I to say leader kasa no kasa enipani na eboso tom yam was African leader bi to no wa che ni say no wo hwe no on things miase. Mamika message very quickly. First of all, I say Burkina Faso can be resolved. We say Kwesi, you need to visit there. Oh, after Burkina, I've been there several times. I know how the place look like. John King, my John King, power to the people. I say hi Kweku, I am back and ready to contribute to your to my contribution to your respectable or respected program. Bravo. For your good work and dedication to society. James Kumsen watching from Qatar. Kumsen, I hope to be kama. And then William Amo also watching from Amsterdam. Willie, I hope Amsterdam BBI. Willie, tell me Amsterdam, more source of energy and then windmill a part of it. That's it. Now folks, me this you Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah continue to remind African leaders not to forget their duty to unity of purpose and sense of resilience. Osajefo so kasatre leaders amu Africa has them munhwe bibi ye se enkabom eyade hu hia afin so eno ene bema mahwoden a mahwoden no muri be gina simpie so age Africa region ediesi ho. Kwame Nkrumah gusu kasa kiremu. Yep, Kofi Oduro has nailed it right on the head. Also saying 18 factories. 18 akwa no ba so ye be na Traore bae. Muni mi ye Traore ebedi so. 3 solid years, 3 years old. Ibrahim Traore is saying 18. This young boy said they Kofi can 35 years we see 18 factories. Burkina Faso. Munimu nwase You useless leaders. Mote Ghana, 32 years. 32 years of what? Hopelessness and foolishness. Mo factories no eh? All my factories now have been taken over by churches. 18 a 35-year-old boy, a 35-year-old man, respect enough. We see 18 factories our Burkina. Na monzwe say na mo see NPP NDC mo si say affordable house kwa mo de be Miami ya dem no. Affordable houses say be dem no. We ba osi mesimi de ha we sisi mesi AU village we sisi mesi ba ko pe ne de ka mitimu pe se saglame ho so no enkyere be nim fence kohwe ho enkusie enkrante ensebo enjata ene enkyere be nim pemire agiden mu ma say tom saglame enkusie o enkrante enkyere be pemire enegum anapa wiane anadwo ena mudemu ho na obekon udu ho no ma it is a ghost house bang I say Roma adoma bang we know we bo we man we abo Ghana sika over $200 million and you do saglame hwe won that guy 35-year-old boy what you say sa na tie na motim kroma ne nkwase akeka ni jimi stupidity and foolishness and hopelessness. It's as if there's a light at the end of the tunnel, man. Folks, man, we ain't seeing any goddamn light at the end of the tunnel. It's a goddamn hopelessness. But I tell you, folks, there's a massive growing protest gradually, growing around the world in support of Ibrahim Traore's leadership in Burkina Faso. When we say we are seeing now them demonstrations be brave and here demonstrating Ibrahim Traore even at the heartbeats of the United States, Times Square, big screens, the US government share the air course. The only sad part of it Wednesday baby didn't come on when we say in any time we be destroy in Africa, they use one of our own. And in this case, in their style of fashion to hoist this guy, they use a guy who is also a man of color. General Michael Langley. He's a 4-star general in the United States, the US military. The US military, 4-star general. No one say US African Command. Projects near down and your project keto because one more share Africa so to your resources ni ako and the leaders no muti Africa na drene abu badam your leaders in Africa abu badam no more sign bilateral agreements and cooperation agreements nina sefo folks my main source and messages in a William Amo said, my heart has always cried that we would be free from our wicked leaders. When would Ghana and Africa be really free? Well, and that be free. NPP internal wranglings, bickerings, standoff continue to deepen. Even though we are learning that the thank you tour, as earlier suggested, Ora Kennedy Japan ka homo mako na womi na akoda ase no hunte bi akoso asa hunte no de bedia ne se pam no twa no nkwankyere srodo Kwame Japan atwe no ho party mpenimfo ni bi ti se kwadwo mpenim nya kasa se ebeya thank you to no kwa no omo abort. Well, we also learning some said party chairman so atwe no ho enemne ade fine afi yenyama baomi ankasa nso ye de onko baomi akonso a boninim kire se yenya nti ase so say it's a lay down all the party no eyi nipa titi omo edi party nenim say ye to so aba na udi nkunim as a president so we ni nkunim by all means it's say we de ukona ukoda ase nti sa traditional and omo ye de edi so na fie ba ne sen enna candidates ba ko be ka ba omi ho emomakwa ono ne supporters were caught in the crossfire and as the supporters ni bi na obi people for whatever reason sa abrante ye bo ni din kansa alhaji why Surajos whatever ne wo ma keka ho na ebie tuo ho ka etuo ne ebie tuo ho se mo hwe tuo obi brande she gam se etuo ni hwe kakra se etesen die ntia so on hwe tuo se die nti etuo hya wo ho nti on hwe de asem na esie na supporter ba konso ne de second awon aden why today bedia ne say Kennedy den or back you off which I support this Baumia sonko yes oko enunumunu afi wo hwe nioma apie eba no a na ne kwasem nie a sefim ye kire say until just a day or two after that announcement in the buy no then we are seeing very horrific very horrendous video bia enama bonten a eya ora Kwame Abronye and so audition ora Kennedy na say very very distasteful na me believe say party no mpenimfo ma hwe sa video no a mo member no Kwame Abronye osi a audition ora Kennedy Japan no a na kire say ade a hadwene yi papa minim how far mpenimfo am war party ni mu saying and ma handle sa issue no say ma handle ma bibia aye kama ana say mojane sa for me that is very bad na me name the circumstances to which in so Kwame so oni ni nua peni e Japan and so ebedino basa say which is very very bad because what I do know is say Kwame omumi enu na Kwame na I know say woman so me sign pen nti me wonwa bibre say ebri Kwame Abronye is out there na sebin prediasa o sane bia digu ora Kennedy so which for me se party no mpenimfo epesa asomdwe bemu a by this time I believe se party no mpenimfo should by now issue a statement yeah se mo pesa asomdwe eba che by this time as I said party no mpenimfo as I said Jamaiden mo issue statement on the blistering and the avalanche of attacks ora Kwame Abronye odiaba ora Kennedy so no enye so distasteful enye nice there say party no mpenimfo in free general secretary so you ora Justin Abonua ane party chairman in team Justin Kodia o ma remind me Justin Kodia me a de bedia no minim udini de bia metumi ya rehearsal wo ho saa Abonua minima de kunti de bia meka Abonua Justin Kodia forgive me let me go a little bit on crutch Kodia yes Kodia enya Abonua Kodia all right Justin fetch mercy nye deliberate but the bidia no sometimes who would be the de by any now enti anadwi ye ba behwe enime bi wo sa NPP one more you can say torna anase whatever ye ba behwe nsem bi wo the sign to su biom no NPP and so I am back on very fruitful exercise today. They walk through the principal street all across the capital from him for when is it High Street or the bar the Supreme Court the bar Parliament they call Jubilee House no mo submit when we make same way Friday chire Ghana for say mempe nipa bonefo bi asem obekọ akọ disturb wom unyai mom come demonstration any MP ni papa bi aso se mobekọ NPP affairs munya mom come demonstration and I think that by close of today we are learning the demonstration went successful, beautiful. I don't know how many times, how many days, weeks, months, years perhaps the NPP is going to embark on such a massive demonstration all through regional capitals. And now to say, I don't know, but a more constitutional legitimate right. The issues beneath demonstration and on a yasem. The issues beneath the demonstration and no asem. Other than say, one person the principal streets of the capital at the demonstration exercise grounds they have the right say anapa area anadro. One best sorry, Imrikatuo ta omo ko nemne ade omo exercise omo right. Anadri mesa di mwura Burkina Faso a military coup foiled. Me sure so was to the ekoso ewo Burkina Faso ho. A military coup foiled, and of course some Western elements have been accused. Some Western elements have been accused to have instigated a military coup to oust Ibrahim Traore from power. The question is, so far, how many days, weeks in any say coup be EPC or Burkina Faso, and within the African region, assembling an African region or mediato form. African region or commentate ECOWAS, Economic Committee of West Africa, womo issue statement or kasa BBSC edien omo keka. And why the military coup in Burkina Faso? Why? Me dey na tro wa afine mi bisa question bi say Ghana hankasa no so what say Center for Democratic Development CDD latest Afro Barometer report suggests a significant number of Ghanaians are also yearning for what? That if a military leader, ADSWA, they are okay. And that is the flip side of the danger lurking around this nation. Many times I say, the skies may soon rocket with miseries. And there are dark clouds covering the airspace. I tend to share with those number of Afro Barometer and capture on say military leader be net on my so chimini beje. Me no my dream. Yeah. Me no my dream. That doesn't mean say me support. Why? Me be so the most nonsense part of why people talk like this is that why the military for no yen nipa na. Ibisamo. The very nonsense of people saying, Kwaku Nebasa, are you calling for the military to take over? How dare you say this? Military omunye nipa. Aren't the military human beings? Military, Burkina Faso, Abrante no tuono, Ibrahim Traore, onye nipa. Is there how many days, weeks, months, years Ibrahim Traore has been leaving the people of Burkina Faso? Assemblies for Burkina Ho. Nonsense and balderdash. You guys should bow your head in shame. I wish we don't have NDC, we don't have NPP in this country. Oh yes, I support. I'm telling you Ghanaians, that is how far some of us are getting incessant and impatient with some of this stupidity and nonsense in this so-called Fourth Republic. That sooner rather later, there's going to be a heavy implosion in this country. Samunimwa. Tomodie NPP for nkoswa munimu nkwasi asem no opposition ho. Na NDC for so montra ho. Na munya madwene so we are in power. And of course, all of you still feel say, hey, we have our 6 million people supporting us. NPP for so believe say they also have their 6 million supporters. So agrobi na mudi ntia. Ebiesi wo mem happen yo. Ebiesi wo mem happen. MPP ni mo NDC. Me say minya the end of these two political parties now bow. I'm telling you Ghanaians, minya say ya me wish me say I mean the era of NPP NDC and this chain of arrangement, that era should face off. And Ghana must start all over again. And by saying this, I don't mean by say a soldier for Omra. That's not what I'm subscribing. But whichever means, a soldier for no so me pese me kasa a soldier for no seven previous. Womunye apes and zombies, they are human beings. the military, they are human beings. NDC for na ba na ade ba ko me geji na ma hwa me hu how am seeing this emirkatu amudi ahedum so mu a I'm sure say many of you living within the western part of Accra the whole of this weekend wo munya call darkness mu na me boa me ba no na me fie ni edum light na me free ECG director so hwe na so light na ansa na me fie anye sa ade am de ba be yo the next Wednesday won me dream am ntia say every time bia me boss am small brazes we no ma bot tie kakra no and me see sem ni edum light or nipa de o show sa no be dress no de pie no ko e dia sem me dum light me MPP dum NDC dum MPP dum on my way Ghana wo e just small dot one na me ba o 32 years na muntimi. Listen to me, Ghanaians. Be more angry than you are. 32 years into your democracy. Two parties where person me kwaku am tia say, "Woman to be developing Ghana, 16 regional capitals. You guys are sick. NPP NDC, you are sick. Come on. With how many ministers? Akufo-Addo came and appointed saying over 100 and something ministers are brought down for sick people. Yariye, you are sick. I dare you people to speak and let's see in this country. I brought down for Yare. Nigeria for Nenka say, if the Nigerians are complaining about darkness, it makes sense to me. What about here? Ghana represents one of a state in Nigeria. So, your inability to give us power at this time, a renewable energy, a constant sustainable power drive of our industry, domestic homes and other places, all up to 32 years. No, it doesn't make sense to anybody except those lunatics belonging to NPP NDC. It will make sense to them, but not me here, because me, Kwaku, I'm non-aligned and I can never be aligned. Oh yes, I'm a non-aligned movement. It doesn't make sense to me. At least Kwame Nkrumah in his wisdom, Transidi Kofa Kaiser Forby, Emyebesi Akosomo. You see Akosomo how many years in ye? Maybe some. Akosomo how many years in ye see Akosomo? Akosomo has been there, God knows. And in Tanya Biano, Kwame Nkrumah freeway. Now, more just said, yes, no more benya a sustainable saying energy supply no debio NDC bakakra na MPP abakakra say someone na score 16 me boa 16 years we need to get them out. We need Ghanaians get NDC MPP out of the scene. They are completely useless and balderdash. Womun nyansa your leadership misi mu leaders no adwini ni trinim me na make akira mo na mo de mo ntra na mo nko ne saa ye mu bi de sooner rather ye beja kro no ne akọ ama from kro cause me nim dey a nyansa pe nyansa beba sa nkrofo ni trim hwe motorway da hoy hwe motorway the motorway no was meant to what to lift a lot of Ghana's products ye de be ko tema me I exported the akọ Kwame Nkrumah see how many years ni what they forget about all those governments abako under the Fourth Republic in Nkwa. How many years ni? Maybe say dey no my o sa motorway ho. E dey no my nothing. George Bush buy and obe construct Malam to Tetekwashe. Na ho afina mo ye motorway no. Won in the era of Akufo-Addo and the minister for road Kwaku Amwaku Hinio so whatever his name is. Ko jina motorway no so koye siasem bi wo ho se de onu abetinya na pua owie no call the baby de munimu ane oman mo ba mo disika ro basa de mo betinya yema nipa ho ato ma nipa ja kasa musumo NDC me say NDC nko betinya atena oman so within 4-year period e develop your oman na MPP mai Ghanaians listen oh me say MPP nko NDC betinya atena the 4 years no developing Ghana beyond you can imagine. Na MPP my MPP betinya ba no mo so do mo 4 years developing kronu ewie na MPP my I'm telling you, now 34 or 5 million Ghanaians will be asked for betom. But you know what? They ain't gonna do it. Now so we are now ukoye a year assessment sika ayire free or memo hana. Hey, and yes kakito. Now be sasa na modi ye what did you do with our money? Hospital na wukwa boy. Access water ye benuma boy. Road networks are boy. Adriania boy. Bibia nkoso wasa on my back. One state pay. Bibia nkoso. To the extent say a drum pempen so bia aduane boy dia me fi dem import aduane free amanoni baby. Aw e pay. Ekuya Ghana. Wabre o. Unim say Ghana ekuya. That's why I'm so angry. The Wednesday born said we yenchi nonsense oh. Any ekuya out there or Kwaku out there knows what I'm talking. Yenchi non because on money cra Wednesday. Unima kona kukobisa. The soul, the spirit of this nation is bleeding. I'm telling you, if you think that Ghana be edron, say sana nyankopo penwa entesa aboniyefo one more sorry boni mu di boni edo boni say yo me anape wiane anadro na mfa wo ho adan be say no ebra NDC wo position be hwe de da mu yeye electricity miaminia John Jinapo the noise John made and the John has zip it as of Friday. John Jinapo is telling Ghanaians that women could 100 million 450 megawatt will be gone. And John said don't make NPP NDC don't make say in terms of sustainable energy no don't make say almost free IPPs, independent power producer, and then the way the generator base you adetini way the generator base you say no independent power producer my doors from here now we've lost count but pono still Ghanaians still don't have energy supply so what is no which way can we have sustainable power now me be saying this if was there can you use this current erratic power supply to what? To lift up your 24-hour economy? Well, I don't know. Meaning maybe I'm going for power in free. Just a dim question and cranny yeshia. A dim question and cranny yeshia. A dear some anapo, a real anadro, and he penya hoto. John Mahama, yeah, DB, so I have to commend John Mahama for this one. Now, President John Dramani Mahama, Wama, na pamfoni na to mwase se, ubiara okachira o se, yeden, declare your assets, no. When declare, no, you must forfeit 4 months of your salary. Salute the president. Good one there. Yeah. Say me hwe mu kra na ese oyi wo mu edi. Say ye hwe mu a na ese so ye den oyi wo mu edi. Na ese oyi wo mu edi. Ba oyi wo mu edi. But it's a step in the right direction, sir. President Mahama is a very nice, fine man. Now, in social be facing nara in social on why ready so the babeto on one microphone and sorry in the yeah. I'm beginning to pick some report, very frightening report. Enche may release you. Brutal one. Enche kura. Enche, I'll release some dirty report. Now move say about time me Kwaku. Move say me those journalists from my appointment na mo ombeki manual tomorrow but no me here those journalists and Joe FM those journalists ewo himfa ewo your friends in TV3 those journalists in whatever no I'm telling you guys I'm not scared about you guys alright I'm not scared either it's about the mo appointing mo journalists for no na mo nya me anyi adwuma alright there are lots of media houses that be abo NDC for my year juma. Power FM I know they did so great. XY FM great. mobile mohu mafre ahanso CTV class media TV radio TV motimi abebi sa omo motimi no madidi nkomo uwia ya mukaka kire nkofo nse wen mo ni godfathers so pa me ntua moka mo ye nipa boni fo ankasa na mu day is coming me say mu days eba mas yenyimi yo yenyimi na mu na ora joma ama se mu declare mo asset on se bebre mu ntimi declare mo asset reason is because krono a mo pese mo body ka hunti owoda be mienu obepep mienu aka homa na ye nan ono nko a na party ni mu na obi nya ba akumpo cars be miensa wobepep be miensa ka na ye nsia obi wo party ni mu onya ba akumpo boni nko a edufude pe pesemenkum nya asemo mase twom is there mo national security ono so ho nkofo raki wo mo nerves wo national security ho nko yi o yenim de mo ho osire se NDC fo mo ho osire o niam nko yi center ni ntimi hold o de mo NPP semna mo de tete ho na mo ye mo ho sana folks amene mu nre mu ntem well John Mahama me bona baso papa but John Mahama na enche some of Mahama's appointees they have to go home. Not two ways. And so we expose them. They have to go home. Now what we are Beman, would you say John Mahama say declare your asset, undeclare. Simon, I didn't tell you declare my asset. We are cruel for you are criminals, thieves and rocks. Someone you need pa we are honest. You see, under the you kind of saying one from saying crown. Merefi. What we say, Caneno Osha at 550 no. Enipa no de ye ni enam krono 70 obe declare ne assets na unim de omo ye na wa tro I Kwaku Annan I have 2 houses and then I have 2 cars na wa tro na no we fold ni say come and say no the envelope mu tie Ghana for tie nie no the way paper way not paper way or paper no the share envelope no the share envelope ma no the comma very saying office kwamo from Sekra. Very affiliated kra. Auditor General, they come Auditor General. Now you know the sad part of it. Auditor General any rights to open this envelope, no? Or the more Auditor General when say, or share paper or share envelope ni say keke. Say FS say time say they will seal or when say I know they are cut to and one. We Auditor General into me who are there what anymore. Into way Ubisa said declaration of assets in any declaration of assets in any so they will continue to loot and steal this nation like their hairs are not there. A bodam for near chrome for Omoba Bemwa. They sing all the hallelujah and praises and shake and all of that. As if said Tenemi who's NPP for be Munama Moko de Omosham, Aquabi to ni titefi ni trihunti ni de warrior when the police want to come say goes wage me papa. Then how? At this time of our era, who called demonstration? Ako kuntokwa, I'm NPP. What about them? Are you sick? Who told you they care about you? Nemi who say Abraham TBF Dennis Miracles or say Dennis whatever. One also be munsam ni ade nam say miracles no di when Dennis Miracles ono why ye no nam no Dennis Miracle is ono he's fabulously okay. What about you? We ye Ghana ni bebu baba na se wonim nyansa na demonstration boni ye frefrem se kodi akira sika no mo di ama wo demonstration ho no se geno masa entimi ntua wo dan ka me kan kra na akira wo entimi wo ye NDC ni a wo ye NPP a tiemie their so-called demonstrations na any woman sound full no mu di wo Ghana no sa demonstration by close of day me say entimi ntua wo dan ka electricity a wo to ofie entimi nto atwa ye bi a day or two we ono politician nso one will bet me at 1,000 Ghana cedis or 2,000 or their quarter power or the beguso no was so air condition no dim and megu honum medie sa no meto wonzo and when they call you to come for a demonstration eye mo fa nyansa entumiti wate. We've come of age to learn. So mo be jai sa mo parties ni mpenimfo no e mo me face o mo rough. Because sooner rather later enche ye be chichi mpenimfo no bebre o. Ye be chichom ono one na ekọ. Wo mo chichom do mo kọ court ho a na wedi akira court ho. Na ono ma ko prison ho. Is throwing the good values of the party out of gear, damning the consequence. Internal wranglings, TT NPP party, Nyamwa, NPP Munya, Ghana for him, Barne, from Nemfamo. Me, Nyamasemo. No, Nyamasem, but a good party in Mwase, at the party in Bafom, Nemfamo so. Mwasema. Na wohwe nyoma ekoswa ewo party ni mu a na kyese enipa bi aye omadwene se kwen bia so no internal wrangles here ekoswa is here na me ma small build up bi. It's because enipa bi aye omadwene se one particular candidate bi so man fa na ma NPP asomdwe emmemuda in the very recent times we after mu history there mo amunim say dem history esitie but kebi a chere Ghana for aka tied all the way from 1979 kwan Faso ya muchiche from Buzia time na Buzia time kwa NPP kwa mwinti Buzia time Buzia was a professor Buzia no mu dwanenum so he's the only professor in Ghana Oni Akufo-Addo papa Edward Akufo ohona Ghana introduced the prime minister presidency Akufo-Addo papa was just a ceremonial right and then Ghana yehu nothing yehu into me MPP for mu ye dede wa bonto na hey right from your tea party na bedru bi we modie ma say yehu Buzia time mo de o men kowura mu sa nieme bi a Buzia ye tantan ena ma kutu champion clear obe clear ni free ho Buzia by the same or the Ghana call IMF Buzia be introduced then or the call IMF no crown no show Buzia take it over no there was this he said Ghana were suffering from one employment deficit and job creation. Guess Buzia's finest economic policy program or they told and he said in order for him to give Ghanaians a lot of jobs, do you know what Buzia did? Buzia said he's going to apply what he called the aliens compliance order. And the aliens compliance order Buzia parliament editor Buzia eventually lets go all hundreds and thousands of immigrants out of this country, Burkina-based, Nigerians, Togolese, why? Because in the scheme of things, Buzia felt said Ghanaians were not having jobs to do, and that most of the retail and miniature jobs in foreigners are they take over. No, Buzia said no, those foreigners have also created a lot of businesses here that was helping the Ghanaian local economy to grow. Until he implemented what you call the aliens compliance order. Mumisa said nothing. And so, by and large, then Buzia moved this country now all the way straight to the corridors of the IMF. He dined and wined with the IMF. And the Ghanaian cedi was reduced to 41%. Buzia went further. This IMF conditionalities brought Ghana to its knees that we experience what you call austerity. Austerity measures that Buzia created. The austerity in the economy eventually brought what you call economic recession. And what happened? Buzia era remain in the history of this country in which we can say recorded one of the largest public sector retrenchment under what is called Apollo 567. And Apollo 567 as anything. That's the total number of Ghanaians who were made to go home. And the IMF Buzia went. And those of you na parties nature history na especially those young guys no move free university no ma more book we crowd they say and throw us from say Tom we the NDC we the NPP they don't learn anything because siasema so ma akronfo fa near the tumi be show monza. So you can see the criminal gangsters of this country is a transition depending who is coming. Especially the young guys coming from friends tech nearly gone. Me show me this. Look at this guy. These rocks, they know to nothing. The minimum so when we create godfathers our party no mu ye do mu be shisho no mu diska. Nin kwasia keka e na show mama. They know to nothing. Buzia e di crew we bibi ode ko share them. Created austerity and economic recession. Ye ho antoye dawo. There be. And Buzia also remained one of head of state, president. He believes in the Western ideologicals pretty much more than being Africanism because it got to a time the people of South Africa at the close-shave destructional apartheid regime was causing to the blacks because the blacks are the indigenes in South Africa. Can you imagine that the people of the British and the Indians claim say South Africa assassinated Omodia. So what happened? The organization of OAU decided say we need to form a coalition to go and help alleviate the suffering of the people of South Africa in South Africa. It was Buzia's. Buzia said no, but believing said Ghana we remain the nerve center and the epicenter of OAU. Also no. Me, Ghana and Kobe, and Ampara Ghana was exempted in that. And the blacks in South Africa were being brutalized by the white imperialists. This is Buzia for you. Those bourgeoisies and the rasmatas, and that is the idiosyncrasy and your party's what ideologicals. And I'm obviously please stop this rocks and this nonsense. We don't have time for this crap. Mubetinya ye kroni ya kroni nesu on ya wa nye bantu gusu ye body ne nkwasi asam na mudie no. We need to tell you people we are tired. Some food or so Ghana dodo no me be job bed o mo be dredge no mo sa for manager nsa o de channel so to sikadie ni medie basabasa e ma no kresi mundimi ni wo na muti kroma na mudwani paso e kroni na da ho no Krono or mining a down in your crew or mining a down 8 years. No, yeah, then. Won't come in here. I dare you people speak and let's talk. 8 years, and a year then. 8 years back to back, 8 years back to back of foolishness and senseless leadership we've had in this country. You think it's a joke? Go, somebody in Burkina Faso. How many years? The people of Burkina are in a horizon. Motiha na moye mo NDC mpechi samno. Useless people. Now you know what? I have said and maintained that the NPP, as part of my build-up to the NPP internal wrangles, I have said this and maintained that the NPP candidate Alhaji Mahamadou Bawumia, one, I'm giving 3 adjectives to qualify my assertion. One, he's a risk and a security threat. Listen, he's a risk. 1. And he's a threat. 2. To the stability of this nation. Then the MPP for no problem. For more person, I don't give a hook. Me may respond to you my enrich you CV. To me view. But the point is the MPP for the pow, may say Bawumia a risk and a threat to the stability of this nation. Now me kokanu kuko me catch him playing on this screen. Because I told you way back before 2024 elections, why? Bawumia so far in the history of this country, he remained a political figure or what a lineup to one of a conflict zone in this country. Our conflict and south I live my life, significant part of it so minim the American. That's why I'm saying no Bawumia so no one can say onya and Bawumia chon free home. Bawumia ready. But who say a brand NPP war power Anyway, bebre koso boko wa ninara at the blind side of Ghanaians. You can serious one. Is it true? Say Baumia, I try so or Leo somebody in a helicopter. You did not question boko ekosi ohene. Sadine si anensi. Na ni maybe say a didn't na Baumia person yes adeno. Didn't na Baumia person yes. Is it because he was a vice president? Now why would Baumia involve himself in the Boko conflict? Why? To escalate the conflict that Ghana as a CSSA yes security apparatus in Edukogu Boko. Did we see an aircraft, a helicopter? MC video na or the helicopter fly obi e didn't question Boko ni ekosi na ade so. Sa de ni si ya na. Esia me bi say a didn't na Baumia besa. Why? Is it because Baumia would do this because of a vice president and he has a power at a point? And then the question remains: the national security architecture of the state knew nothing about this. And it is a siano said the Baumia said the Sisu Biomwa, Nafi Baumia president a deba sem and the Besu Boko. Samunima may catch a manajui. Boko as a small town could spell doom for this country, and I challenge anybody. The security officers of the state know what I'm talking about. Bokunkwa, Menka the rest of the yo, Northern Belt. Me say Bokunkwa betimi tejake se e dia to o ma wo ma shikrowi. Semu nimwa me catch them. Semu nimwa me say Boko crisis way. The Boko crisis has been more than what? I didn't say a quarter of a century or half. It's more than a century, more than 100 years. Onyami ne di kroya fofie ebedu pempenso yo. Na Nyankopon po na ayi adom se Boko no Baumia be vice president 8 years. Ni etudi and there wasn't any explosion until the latter part he wanted to do it. Now, helicopter na namon. Oma kan de krenchre Ghana for. This helicopter we it is hovering within the airspace of Boko. True or false? And I dare Ghana Armed Forces for Mumaka the crescent way and Yamo aircraft and then Namono. Sir aircraft way, no wine and a team. This aircraft, who was in this helicopter way, no wine and a team. And Baumia, what do you know about this? And who were they sending there to go and skin? Move here, move around. Na bibi nyemu ene mu nsura de ena mu de mugu southern region ha say ena de bia mo sori a na se NPP fo ni nim de mu nimu a na se mu bi say so no yem pe candidate foforo because Baumia as long as ube I can say tribal angles to one of this lady you do see ade so enye for the purposes of the peace and stability of this country. Let's avoid this. There be NPP say hey yenti jai. As long as you did Baumia beba, a cronfono, a benya quine a review musika, a cronfono because a bomb mine chrono, a cronfono because we did some who our Ghana no, yen femla, every day, way or more you madam, every day, we better Boku and Tokwasao. Now, this says, 18 to Kwanisia, Baumia beko Boku as one of the factions going to restore peace or going to restore what? One kasa sabri de wayo we into be the president na and obeko akọ restore the peace no met you e betia ye. Now as part of the build up yenhwa de bi nso ha after the era of John Dramani Mahama the political dynamics automatically changes and Ghanaians would begin to assess whether or not a Nordna should be re-elected as yet a president of this nation. And also madre home. Says here you can say on my Ghana there would be yes or sep radius with Frisro or a Nordna. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, Sir Mahama na memoir. The political dynamics automatically changes. We move to another angle. Nehono Ghana for ni baby some and lots of questions say. Also, yen sign tuaba Emma Nordna mani medi or may subiomana. Ni na be part of an issue that we need to box it. Ibidi hun komo. MPP for Madrid hon sa. Madre, I'm not sounding tribalistic, but that's the fact. Madre, Madre, angles nina. Any more muye dedena, chinchina che, Baumiani Milrimuno. And at least within the NPP, there at least I can say now nobody, two people pay. Kennedy Kwame Japan, any Baumia, as long as NPP will go for glory. As a master. And some minimum NPP for ya. And by this time you must begin to be counting on your high ups. Possibility of say Ghana for yes no. Esruni ebebe dia asese an yenko south and na why and a party me yedi ni room e manako why so na sabri so wetimi marketing huye why so na wo in good standing obetimi why so na wo dom di nechi why so na obetimi aboabo afo why so na obetimi agina simpie so na wetimi aden arally say Ghana for nya ti ha enye NPP ngwa o e ho na eduru ho Ghana for including the non-aligned for na ye ti ha ye adwen ye ho ye nyara no ye behwe se hwan na mode na eba na fie nyi agitrada ne akase okay ye ne moko monu ye no ho na no between Baumia and Kennedy Japan why and mo betimi di na si simpie so onko se mo fa Kennedy nkwa na ebe ye hwan ya ibizamo Samu fa Kennedy ni nkwa na ebe nwa because you need to analyze all these dynamics na ho na mo be ye wie na meanwhile there me wonwa e chan ye me wonwa ne say show mo report the NPP's report from mo ye can say your regional capital Ashanti region Kumasi pie ba ya many hopes na doye ebe tra ye kenkan ye ni nyara wo report him Baumia forms base of why you lost in Ashanti region. Did you not say that in your report? Maybe some. Baumia forms part of why NPP lost in Ashanti region. Does that make sense to you people? That even your own base, your own headquarters, Baumia couldn't make any impact. Nevertheless, to talk about Onu Baumia and hometown in Wale and the rest of it. So me drew him because na mukaka we say Professor Michael Kwe. We ko kan mga se Kwaku Annan we didi penny natem. Professor Michael Kwe report Kumasi your base you lost miserably, a despicable debacle, nothing to write home about, and yet the party officials still close their eyes as if they are walking out there like headless chicken. My goodness, are you guys thinking? Nyanse bi ye adwuma de Ashanti region report ye de ba bi ye adwuma ebri na eba ye ba bi report on some mo na mo keka we now. At least it was seen in the report said Baumia a base part of why you lost because Baumiansa a didi didim e wo boku crisis ni mu e ka ho bie na video ba sem. Don't need NDC NPP, all we need is Traore kind of leadership. Paul Otu, also I support you 100%. Kwaku Annan, don't break the table because of this ministers. Oh goodness. Then Festus Pie or say I don't know whether they are drinking the lights. Then we used to say no NDC, no MPP. We need Kennedy Japan. No. Festus was also Kwaku Annan. Also we are crying for Ken. We used to say Wednesday born to the world. Power to the people. Right? Power to the people. So we are crying for Ken. Also Wednesday born to the world. Okay. Then it's shame. Was it in fact some of the leaders in Ghana are very wicked. Kwaku, why is it that Archbishop Duncan Williams, Ajinasari, and Kumchacha Ankra quiet on the current happenings in Ghana, including Kofi Odro? We also say let's Ken be Ken. We also say Daniel also fantastic. George Mays also Mahama too did same thing. Kwaku, Mahama told us that all his appointees should give 10% of their pay to Ghana, but when they left power, that 10% deduction was nowhere to be found. Okay. Obahanso will say, George Mays will say, be wise, okay? I'll say, they are afraid of the coming of Kennedy and NDC where, I'll say, and NDC where we are as a nation. We only need Kennedy Japan to change the destiny of this country, not Mr. Pualugu Dam. $2 billion, blah, 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 blah. Ubisine di all kind of. I remember I'm making a message when I typical in Ankasemuzwai. Well, I say, good evening, Mr. Kwaku Annan. I am Poglo Ransford from La Paz. Mr. Kwaku Ransford, oh, the man for Mr. Midin Kwaku na why? Don't worry, Mr. Ninch, man, I say the enemies know the good work that you are doing, but I can promise you that the evil arrow will not hit you, but they will rather die in disgrace. Okay, Ransford, not they free La Paz. Ransford, thank you very much. My main show is also good evening, Kwaku Annan. Talk on must go. I'm Ketewa from Ewutu, Bodrase, Enode, Ebae. Okay, we also say Ghana need military rule because stupidity is too much. Dixon Abokobi Enode Ebae. Was this a good evening, Kwaku? Please, I am Ernest Kwanzaa Jr. from Dansuman. Oh, Kwaku, you always open my eyes with history. Ghanaians should know that you are not the kind of journalist who rob Peter to pay Paul. You are serious in your work, and this generation have to learn from because you are more than world wisdom. God bless you, big bro. All right, Kwanzaa, Bedasate. Thank you very much. Good one. Then I say good evening, Kwaku Annan. My name is Ras Chacha from Yape in the Central Gonja. That's my man. Also, I like the way you open fire on both political parties, NDC and NPP. Also, we'll plead with Ghanaians to exercise patience with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to reset Ghana as he promised, and he will surely deliver. This second coming of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is a different ball game altogether. Kwaku, always open fire on NDC. They try to go wayward. By the way, more fire and also Ode Ebaim. We say Buzia paid himself 2 years' salary before he was overthrown. This is NPP for you. Buzia may have the Pepe Biao. You see, Buzia's government, I will tell you, remained the only government in which nobody was arrested or prosecuted for political reasons. I salute you, Kwaku, for the good works you are doing for motherland. Sometimes I feel Ghana won't be better because all damn leaders are empty-headed and corrupt. Also, President Mahama has made it known that by 7th May, if the appointees do not declare their asset, they're going to be dismissed from the appointment, and that's the way to go. This is hashtag the bold talk watching from Bessel Light, something like that. Okay, message in there. Playing to you. Also, so sad to hear of people claiming to know all, talking about military takeover. Ghana needs intelligent people to talk to us. JJ came at the end. What happened? We smear his name, hypocrites. Ajite Mas La Apapa Burkina. Okay. With thousands of claps. I say, Brother Kwaku Annan, well done for praising Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso and his colleagues. Ghana politicians should be worried and do the right thing. From Kwaku York Kaswa and all the buyer. Yeah. Folks, me see your yes. It's a Brother Kwaku. The 10% for former Mahama administration deducted from his administration's pays were what used to put up all the 1,000 and over chip compounds across the country before NDC left power in 2016. Efoga Kofi Kotoka from Kumeno Debaye. Well, I say, Mr. Annan, you are a neutral man and I love you. You speak truth to power. God bless you. You are national treasurer. One for Udian Mao. Oh, okay. When so I say, actually, me do message for a long time. I've been stacking your message. I say, Kwaku Annan, good evening. NPP should ask Abron, should is it sack run here from the party? If not, they will collapse NPP party. Kwaku Annan, don't give up, okay? We are behind you all day. I am Ketewa from Ewutu Bodriase. Good one there. Where's I say? I'm Amasari from McCarthy Hills. Good one. Do you have light there? Oh, McCarthy Hill. Check and say light to her before I get home. Well, see, please, the rates we do experience light out in Kaswa is unbearable. Please speak to power for us. Nanayao. Hey, me just say the people of Kaswa, dear. Kaswa. Oh no. Kaswa. Ye doom light, doom. Bekaswam, yes, sem Kaswa. Hey, what is going on? Just said, Good evening, my brother. Who is Anas? What? Something he's smart. I'm Malik Ibrahim Kwaku. Nobody can touch you. We are here. Oh, message in one show you. Two show you kakrama amia. Why? Okay, my message is you na memra. Was it since yesterday 8 p.m. It just came home. I'm sure say binimu bebre afina mo light eba. Sibahu. But as I speak to you, Ghanaians are tired. Oh, the NPP NDC, your inability to develop this country, Ghanaians are tired. Na munshe bibi ye, media me kanama ko Kwaku me manu we ahaya na medididie na me ka muntie. We a minister, we a high-ranking government official, municipal chief executive, district chief executive. Bompaya se obeboa John Mahama ma memwo na koye na Ghana for no samo yama ya kutoye ya die mpa mpo de beka se monta hono mun develop your man se da mo pebia ba mo mpene sa sikedie emedie to talk dying cars nimni ade to talk cars dying nimni ade de mama enko a sikedie enko a ba man hwani a Ghana for ni bebrea encho na Ghana for be sorry agitrada and on them fa who say NPP you have your 6 million core NDC you have your 6 million midonyame e be shock mo na the way be see chase mo memu ha no emirikatuo mo be dwane but to mipom enuyam esirem kwayam ensuom ene enuyam mo be dwane emirika atoto esirem ni enuyam emipom Emirikatuo se sa amoko politicians na menemo kasa no. It is coming. Se nya de nam kwamu na eba CDD Afro barometer no en capture no.